All right, moving from far away to close at home. This next question is about water, which is quickly becoming a national issue. Here in Fluvanna, and understood if you haven't followed this particular debate, but things with Aqua America are becoming so untenable here in Fluvanna County, where a private company purchased Lake Monticello's water infrastructure and began raising rates and cutting services. They are a monopoly. There's only one person who runs the water pipes. Should such critical services be privatized? And what would you do from the federal level to guarantee that people have access to those kinds of critical utilities?
Glad you're going first. Yeah.
Well, I don't have a clue. What would I do? It sounds like to me, once again, we've got our free market society at work. Someone in the room made a decision to actually capitalize on the sale. That is a dilemma. And because I don't know the details, and because I'm an executive coach, I would say we might have a leadership challenge here. There had to be some rationale that went into the sale. Did the public get a chance to weigh in? What were the costs and the benefits? Because at the end of the day, somebody signed a dotted line, and it turned what was a civic thing for the community into a capital thing for an owner. And to be in business, you need to make profit. It's all about a profit. It feeds our inflation, and so it's about a profit. So somewhere in there, doing that dialogue or making that transition, did the citizens have a say? It's new and different. I would leave it at that.
Real quick. I'll give you another 30 seconds if you'd like, because I know this is a very granular issue that's of concern to this community. Mm-hmm. If you'd like to answer the broader question of whether crucial infrastructure utilities should be privatized, you're welcome to answer that in 30 seconds.
The short answer would be no, we shouldn't privatize it. Because once you privatize something, it goes into the profit and loss category. Because it's business. You don't have a business if you're not making a profit. So I would say no to that.
Okay. I believe in a free market society. Okay, this group that bought the lake or whatever and is now charging exorbitant rates.
It's the highest in the country.
The highest in the country. We already have an example in healthcare. The cost of insulin. When, yes, it's a free market society and these corporations can charge what they want to, but if it's crazy, then the federal government has a responsibility to step in and cap some of these things. So in this case, yes, it's a free market society, someone bought it, but I think there is a responsibility on government to ensure that people are not being taken advantage of. The free market society is what made us the greatest country in the world. It has made us the greatest country in the world. But there are times when people go a little bit overboard and they want to charge whatever they can because they own it. But we have checks and balances in place for that. I'm not sure what the checks and balances would be here. It would be called a monopoly or whatever. But I don't like stifling the free market, but I do believe that the federal government has a responsibility to ensure that people are not being taken advantage of.
So water is the number one commodity in the world, okay, or the lack of it. And human beings cannot survive without water for like 3 days, right? So absolutely, this should not be privatized. It's not cable TV. Everybody needs water. And so it should be a utility that is provided almost free of charge. You got to charge something, but I think it should be ripped back out of there. I think that was a bad decision. Whoever made that decision probably should be fired, because you don't privatize water, especially if it's a public utility. You can maybe hire a management firm to come in and help you manage it, but you don't privatize it and you don't make it so untenable that people can't afford it. Because what's the alternative? You're going to have people start dying because they're going to say, I'm not going to pay my water bill as much, I can't afford it, I got to buy medicine, I got to do this, I got to pay for food. I mean, I think that was a bad decision, and somebody, you know, a good leader will say it was a bad decision, and they'll go back and they'll make a good decision based on that. So whoever did that, that was I vote him out if it was me, but that's just me, so, and that's my thought.